All right, this is probably going to be one of my shortest videos that I've done in a while. My hair is kind of messy. Uh, anyhow, I am getting ready for the 31 Days of Horror, and it is September 10th. And in order to do that, I have to get some movies come in for that time period, and that is what I'm doing right now. So I got a couple movies here today from Amazon. So this is going to start. This is the first in a series of videos that are going to like unbox some of the stuff that I'm getting for the 31 Days of Horror that I'm going to be watching. And with it, there are going to be some reveals as well. And some of it was already revealed on various videos, but not these three here. These three I haven't actually talked about. But the ones, for people that haven't seen it, three of the movies that I'm going to be reviewing, talking about live here. Hey, hey, welcome Tennessee. Yeah, you did miss last night, didn't you? And like I said, last night was a fun video. Hey, Levins. I did kind of like hint last night that there's going to be like a heavy focus on like Italian stuff and on like the. I do apologize. I'm still like kind of out of it this morning. Well, I'm sure you get back to it soon. This is going to be a shorter video, actually, to be honest with you. Okay, great time at work there. Bad man. Morning, Mark. Oh, dude, that's gotta hurt. All right, so before I unbox the stuff that I got, three movies that if you have them in your collection, to definitely bone up on and watch before we start 30 Days of Horror. I'll let you know exactly where I'm going to do them. Hey, Corey. I hope that goes well and gets fixed quickly, because that rotary, that is painful, man. That is painful. You're bad, man. I thought I said it actually, but I probably didn't. I'm still kind of out of it today, actually. I haven't been feeling the best, just to let you know. Pretty good, Mark. I mean, like, she's at work right now. She actually texted me just a second ago. I let her know because we got a package come. I'm not sure if it's hers or my freight rate package, but we do have a package come today that we got to pick up here later. Anyway, so three of the movies that I'm gonna be reviewing, and I will show you these before I do the unboxing. Ouch. Well, you rock that wheelchair, dude, man. Indicator does some well-packed stuff. So these are three of the Severance that I'm going to be looking at, and then we're going to look at the stuff that I got today. So if you've got Zombie 3, your heads up on some people. I'll also be looking at Zombie 4 during the sale. And Shocking Dark. Now, most people already know those because I said those in various videos. What you don't know is what's in here. There's a reason for that. Because as I get things for the 31 Days of Horror, I'll be unboxing it here live. So there's 2 Blu-rays and 1 DVD. You got some awesome stuff, man. And are they all here? Yep, they're all here. So first off is an MPI release, and this is the documentary that I'm going to be looking at during at least one of the documentaries that I'll be looking at during the 31 Days of Horror. And that is Master of Dark Shadows, The Gothic World of Dan Curtis. Now, if anybody knows who Dan Curtis is, kudos. I'm a huge Dan Curtis fan. I have Dark Shadows here, and I have, Trilogy of Terror and Night Stalker and Night Strangler, and I'm going to be getting Trilogy of Terror 2. Spoiler alert, so you'll see me unboxing that when it comes out in a future video. Time for tea. It'll soon be time for tea, actually. So let's check it out here now. All right, so this is the inside of this one right here. That is Dan Curtis right there. Barnabas, exactly, Kathy. Dark Shadows is probably his, what he's most famously known for, but in a way, I always feel like Dan Curtis kind of kept the Gothic alive on television, whether it was Dark Shadows or he was making like a movie with Jack Palance where he played like Dr. Jekyll and where Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, or Dan Curtis's Dracula, which also had Jack Palance. Excellent. So that's one we can be both on board with. So I'll be watching this movie. I'll be doing the Trilogy of Terror 2 documentary movie as well. And maybe I'll watch a couple episodes of Dark Shadow. I'll pick like a certain like time period, whether it'll be like a throwback episode or probably one with Barnabas and Quentin, because I do remember that era. Not like I wasn't around at the time, but I do remember seeing it later. And maybe we'll even give a little talk about Dark Shadow's Canadian cousin, Strange Paradise, which if you've seen that, kudos to you, because that's a bit of a rare one, but it's actually a cool one. And if you haven't seen it, Kathy, you got to check out Strange Paradise. It was a Canadian version of Dark Shadows, and it's actually pretty good. So Master of Shadows, the documentary, this is actually, I bought this on Amazon. Well, I bought all these on Amazon. And this was under $10 to buy. This was like $9.99. So it is inexpensive. Now, there is a Blu-ray of this. And I have to let you know there is a there's a small difference in the Blu-ray, feature-wise. There is a kind of a small Jonathan Freed goes to the White House thing. That's like, I think that's around like 60 seconds long type of thing. And there's one kind of long one, around 5 minutes long, where Jonathan Freed does The Raven or something like that. Is it really? I never thought about it. Shipping Canada's expensive. Why, did you try to buy like something from Amazon? The flat box, it looks amazing, guys. It looks incredible. So first one here, and this won't be my first day, but look for me to do a gothic period for my 31 Days of Horror. Next up is a Fulci film, one that I've never had in my collection, obviously, if I'm buying it now. And that's the same thing goes the other way, actually. Unfortunately, Tennessee Pop Star. That's why I can't buy from Amazon.com anymore, because they put this kind of like import tax on there, and it kills me, man. And that is the classic Giallo. I talked about Giallos last night. Murder Rock. So Murder Rock is a movie by Fulci that is different in the fact that the producers thought that, okay, Fulci, you're making a Giallo. It's going to be set like, but Flashdance is popular. So let's actually make this Giallo about like kind of have some music in it. Let's make a musical Giallo. And that is what Murder Rock is. Now, Murder Rock came out from Scorpion Releasing. It is a Region A release, just so you know. This Master of Dark Shadows is an all-region release, so no matter where you live in the world, you can buy Master of Dark Shadows. And extensive English, okay. So we get the Italian audio with properly translated English subtitles. Thank you, that's important. We got an audio commentary by film historian Troy Howarth. I like his commentaries. Brand new interview with Goretta. She's in Goretta, okay. Brand new interview with makeup artist Franco Cazzini with audio excerpts from director Lucio Fulci. And I thought this didn't have reversible art. Hold on a second. Because I think I spoke with Scorpion, and they said that there was no reversible art for this one, which makes me think somebody's effed up by putting reversible art on the back. Because I don't think this one has reversible artwork. Actually, I'm pretty sure that's what they said. Yeah, there's no reversible artwork. I'm not sure if this is one of the ones that they did with Kino or not, but because I don't see the Kino logo on here. But I find that a lot if it goes through Kino, like the Scorpion stuff. Hey, Amherst, gets on there. So Murder Rock will be one that I will be reviewing and doing for the 31 Days of Horror. So does anybody here have Murder Rock? Just wondering. Nobody has Murder Rock? Honestly? Because we're talking... Oh, wow. Okay, because we're talking about a film here that stars Ray Lovelock, who's actually one of my favorites. Got Olga Karlatis in it, and never heard of it. Nice. Okay. Well, somebody has that on DVD. That's kind of neat. I mean, because I'll bring something different that you haven't either heard of or haven't seen. But definitely a cool little one. It is a Giallo meets Flashdance. Hey there. So I'm actually excited about that now because maybe one that you guys haven't seen or haven't talked about. I'm pretty sure the next one that I'm about to show you guys, you have seen, and you may not have it under the title that it is under here, but you'll have it. And this one does have it in a reversible cover, and it's also by Scorpion Releasing, and it's also Lucio Fulci. Because I wanted to do a couple of Fulcis this time around, and this time I wanted to do one of his more subdued films, The Psychic. If you've never seen The Psychic with Jennifer O'Neill, it is it is a really, really good Fulci Giallo. There would be a movie that would come out like a year later called The Eyes of Laura Mars that would have kind of a similarity to this film here. If you're expecting the typical Fulci sleaze factor, you're not going to get that in The Psychic. Actually, it's definitely one of his better, more subdued films. It's excellent. Wow, suspenseful. We got Mark Perel in here, of course, who was in Sister of Ursula, and he unfortunately died young. The story behind Mark Perel is pretty interesting, actually, and I'll probably talk about that on the when I do the 31 Days review for this one. On this one here, we get another film audio commentary by Troy Howarth. And the thing that I really wanted this one for, aside from the fact that this is a fantastic film, and I do recommend it to anyone that likes Giallo, this is a cool one too. Don't give away the ending. This is a cool one to get into, to get you into Giallo, like kind of dip your toes in there. It's got a great interview here, apparently with screenwriter Dardano Ciacci, and with audio excerpts from Lucio Fulci. Ciacci and Fulci had a falling out. And I don't want to get into it too much here because I will get into it during the review of this film. A serious falling out, actually. Ciacci was a scriptwriter, one of the best for Italian films. And if you could just go on IMDb and look up his work, it is extensive, and the people he worked with are amazing. So we will be looking at The Psychic by Lucio Fulci within the 31 days of horror. Oh, the brick wall, it's the reverse, is it? As you can see, there's a reverse cover right there. It's been a long time since I've seen it, so if you have the movie Seven Notes in Black, that's the alternate title for The Psychic. We got, on this one here, we got Mark Perel, Gianni Garco, who did some spaghetti westerns as well. We got Evelyn Stewart here. Oh man, that is awesome, Jason. Yeah, you're like me. I would totally do that. So did you pick up any of the Severin that I showed at the beginning of the video? So like Zombie 3, Zombie 4, or Shocking Dark? Because those are going to be on the 31 Days Horror list. So, we're starting to unravel, and that's the guy, Live Like a Cop, Die Like a Man. I think Ray Lovelock was in that with him, actually. I think they did that one together. And they're two of my favorites. Ray Lovelock, I think, is it Ray Lovelock that's in Oasis of Fear as well? because he did the music for it. Because this, if you've seen Oasis of Fear, it's a Giallo, but a different type of Giallo. Nice. Let everybody know what you got. Then he did the music for Oasis of Fear, and there's a song that goes all the way through it, and some people hated the song, but by the time the movie was over, I was like, it was humming in my head. If you've never seen Oasis of Fear, guys, it's a really cool one. Basically, the idea behind Oasis of Fear is there's this guy played by Ray Lovelock, and he has an underage girlfriend who is gorgeous, and the actress actually was underage, so there's no nudity from that actress in the film. Is that he would take pictures of his underage girlfriend and he'd sell them to like various people, to like guys, and then they would blackmail them because he would have underage pictures. So that goes awry, and they have to go on the run, and they end up at this lady's house. What they don't know is something has gone on in that house before they got there that the audience also doesn't know about. Nice, that is a great one. And they think they're going in to terrorize. I love The Devil's Honey. I think it's a very underrated film. It's always been a favorite of mine. I got to revisit it once it came out from Severin Films. Talk to you later. Hope you feel better, dude, and keep us updated on your on the surgery, man. Dirty pictures, exactly. But it's a fantastic little film. It goes in places that you don't expect it to. It looks like it's going to be a regular home invasion film, but as things unravel throughout that night, it turns into a very different beast. And I'm a big fan of it. So you got the 3-disc thing for Suspiria. You got Zombie 3. Ooh. Yeah. I think what it is I moved my couch in order. I was selling a generator. Basically, we bought a generator, and we never used it. And so we said, we're here right in the middle of town. We're probably not going to use it. So we put it up on Kijiji. We thought it was never going to sell, and because car expenses, and basically a power outage happened. Hurricane Dorian happened here, and then I had like 20 people like asking about the generator. So I got it out, and I'm downstairs. So I'm not going to lie, it was heavy as hell. So my back is like actually in serious pain for the last day or so. So would you get anything else, Jason? Flying zombie heads come on. It is cool. I mean, anybody that's got these releases, you gotta. I love the fact that you're getting the soundtrack with them as well. The first 3,000 limited of these came with the soundtrack. Not just with Zombie 3 either. You got it with Zombie 4 as well. And I kudos to Severin for putting out these soundtracks. I do think they're amazing. So you got a bonus CD soundtrack in each of these here, and some really cool features as well. I do like that they got these kind of uniform. I haven't like really checked out the. I won't give you any spoilers. Don't worry. Not until the video. But I haven't checked out the Blue Underground sale yet. Is it very good? I mean, like I've heard that they've got a sale going on, but I haven't seen like the how highly it's discounted. And this movie is another one that stars Greta. It's a week sale, really? Well, they did kind of like preface it. They said it's not going to be a 50% off sale or small company type of thing. I do, but I'll be honest with you, I've never used it. That's not a bad price, like, you know, overall for those lenticulars. Unfortunately, here in Canada, we no slip for Maniac. Oh, that's a deal breaker for me. Like, no slip for Maniac for that film anyway. I still need to pick up New York Ripper, but it's gone up to $60 here in Canada, which is utterly ridiculous. And I don't care what the movie is. I'm not paying $60 for one film with you know, a regular release. So we've got at least Death Rim Down. The Dick Maas film, right? New Creeper's not on sale. I'm going to take a quick look at the see if I can find the sale here. Go to Diabolic DVD. Kind of give you an idea. I do give like props to Diabolic DVD and all the stuff that they've been doing. Though they do, you know, they're a small company. They put out a lot of a lot of horror that it's hard for people to find. So let's look at their sale here. No, not Scream Factory. Shit, what the hell are you doing? So here we go. There's a Blue Underground sale. There's like 64 pieces altogether. So Maniac with the standard cover is $19.99. I guess that's what the slipcover. Zombie, all editions of that are $24.99. That actually is a good price for that. They have Death Dream there, which is an amazing Bob Clark film, which I don't own. Does anybody want to buy me Death Dream and send it to me? Because I would appreciate that. It's $19.99. And another film that I need is it's got the Dick Maas, the original, and the remake here. And that is The Lift. And of course the remake Down, which is Naomi Watts. Well, those are $19.99 each. $19.99 for Amsterdam and the Stendhal-Strom. Stendhal-Strom is actually a good release. So is Deathline, actually. That one's also $19.99. The double feature Fu Manchu actually is a really good price. Blood of Fu Manchu and Castle Fu Manchu for $11.99. A 3-disc limited edition of Manhattan Baby is $19.99. You got a double feature of Circus of Fear and 5 Golden Dragons for $11.99. The excellent release of Venom that they did, which I do recommend, is $15.99. If you haven't seen Venom, it's a really good film. Then you got God Told Me To, which is $15.99. And now we're going to a couple DVDs. You got the Shockwaves DVD special edition that they put out for $9.99. And $11.99 for the DVD of Stage Fright actually isn't bad at all. Hey, Scalder. The Blu-ray Stage Fright, though, is $15.99. I'd go with that one. A cool Bruno Mattei double feature. I'm a huge Bruno Mattei fan. Hell of the Living Dead and Rats is $15.99. Their Maniac Cop 3 and Maniac Cop 2 are running at $15.99. I will be honest. Their versions of the Maniac Cop films are exquisite, and they got some great special features on them. I have in my collection. I bought them kind of like almost on a day one, and I was really glad that I did. They used to have like slip covers. I don't think they do anymore. But either way, they're actually super good. Snuff is here for $9.99 on DVD. You got Snuff on Blu-ray for $15.99. Night Train Murders is here for $11.99. The old zombie release that they put out before is here for $19.99. Like kind of the Ultimate Underground Edition. House by the Cemetery DVD is $11.99. We got The Nesting here on DVD for $9.99 and on Blu-ray for $11.99. Their Inferno DVD is $11.99 with $15.99 for the Blu-ray. Might as well go for the Blu-ray at that point. $15.99 for the Prowler. $15.99 for the excellent Toolbox Murders. Dead and Buried Blu-ray's $11.99. I'm missing your comments. I'll check them out in a second there. The Killing Hour is $9.99. Nightmare City is $9.99. Those are DVD. Delirium DVD is $9.99. That's the Mickey Haggerty film, not the Serena Grande one. Case of Bloody Iris is $9.99. One called Cannibals is just Frank one's $9.99. Manhattan Baby is $9.99. Blade in the Dark is $9.99. Macabre is $9.99. Toolbox Murders is an excellent film. Shock is underrated, Bava. Is $9.99 here. Autopsy is $9.99. There are 2-disc edition of Daughters of Darkness, runs at $11.99. God, there's a lot here to talk about. But Black Belly the Tarantula, if you're into Giallo, that one's $9.99. 7 Deaths in the Cat's Eye actually is pretty good. And that one is $9.99. As is Circus of Fear and the DVD edition of Night Train Murders. Like I mentioned earlier, Bloodstained Shadow was one of the ones that I recommended. That is $9.99 on the sale on DVD. And Short Night of Glass Dolls, which is another fantastic one. And the 3-packs are on sale. Yeah, I noticed. Earlier releases like Bloody Judge is $9.99. Venom, the early release of Venom and Two Evil Eyes runs, and The Prowler on DVD run at $11.99, with the original Rats running at $9.99 and Hell of the Living Dead on its own running at $9.99. The original release of Death Dream, Mountain of the Cannibal God, The Church all run at $9.99, as does Uncle Sam. $11.99 for the Toolbox Murders on DVD. God Told Me To, with a really unique cover, running at $11.99. And Q the Winged Serpent runs at $9.99. And Dead and Buried DVD 2-disc edition is running at $11.99. So that's the complete Blue Underground sale for Diabolic from Diabolic DVD. And we'll get back to your comments now. I do apologize if I missed anything. There is a remake of Toolbox Murders. Actually, it was done by Toby Hooper, which is actually was pretty good. Very different. It's more of like a reimagining than an actual remake. It's a remake in the way that I like remakes done, is that it doesn't remake the actual film, but it takes pretty much the title and a kernel of what the film was, and makes its own mythos with it. They actually made a sequel to Toolbox Murders, the remake, and it's not very good, but it's out there. I was going to laugh at Maniac Cop 2 release. There's Danish subtitles, but region A locked. And your region B there in Denmark. Definitely, because we're interested to know, Jason, and all the other things, all the other goodies you picked up there. You spent $500. You picked up a few things. We will want to know. Hey, Asian. Movie enthusiast. We got Shock is definitely an underrated one. I do have Shock here, actually. Bruno Mattei, the king of rip-off exploitation. Bruno Mattei gets a bad rating, unfortunately. But he's one of those guys that I really, really enjoy. So I've upped my Scorpion count. That's good. Now that I no longer buy Code Red, I got to get some Scorpion. Bam Horror Box. Bam. Oh, really? You know what? I didn't know Bam was still going around. Because the horror boxes, like, they started to kind of dwindle off. But Bam was the one that dealt with like a lot of like actual horror conventions, right? So you're getting like more. They were like kind of pricier, and you got more high end stuff there. I remember one that they put out early on had like a Jason, like Friday 13th mask, like with usually with like one of the Jasons, like Ari Lehman or someone like that, would autograph it. Because they used to do some pretty impressive stuff. They're closing down. Yeah. For a while, Kathy, there was what you call like a big, like excellent film. There was a big boom in subscription boxes. You find them all over the place. These mystery boxes. There was all kinds of horror ones that were out there, and they're all competing for your buck. BAM was one that tried to go a different route and go to conventions and get stuff from actual conventions for people that couldn't get to horror conventions and stuff like that. So you get this box, you open it up, and have like Funko stuff in there, and all kinds. I know I'm excited, Jesse, and all kinds of other kind of like cool little figures and stuff. Sometimes masks, even like a machete, like fake, like kind of like not a real machete, but kind of like a machete type thing on one of the Friday the 13th ones. But the thing is, it became not a, I guess, sort of Javid. Years ago, a movie came out called basically called Unmasked 25, also known as like Sex Bomb. And in it, there's a character named Jackson, who's kind of a Jason type of character, who makes these slasher horror movies, and he's having like a crisis where he may have found love, and he may want to go in a different direction. It's a satirical look at those type of films, and it's a fun one. Some people go into it expecting like almost like a parody film, like a Friday 13th parody film, in the lines of like Student Bodies or something like that. But that's not the type of film that Unmasked is. It's before you go in, it's a very different film than that. But it's a fun little film. It's I enjoyed it. I did. So that's why it's the Friday 13th. That's why I'm doing it on the 13th, is because that one, like a lot of people were kind of wondering, like, are they doing a Friday 13th box set or something like that? Like obviously Friday 13th is in litigation, so nobody's doing a Friday 13th box set, but it has to do with Unmasked and the character of Jackson, which is very much like Jason. Do I have any idea what the box set is? I don't. Know that last night somebody on here gave an idea that it might be Mexican horror. Jesse said, like, the rumor is that the Warhol films, Flesh for Frankenstein and Dracula. That'd be interesting. I don't know if it's something that I want to... Can I be honest? I like the films Flesh for Frankenstein and especially Udo Kier's Dracula more so, to be honest with you. But I'm not quite sure if it's something that I would super dive for right away. I've seen the Andy Warhol films, the Paul Morrissey films actually, with Andy Warhol's name on them. And they're interesting titles. I'd have to see how it's packaged and what's put with it. I'd be glad to see them out, but I can't say it would excite me. That's the thing. I would like it. I know that my dad would definitely pick it up, and I would get it if it wasn't. I'd get it. I'd have to get it right away if it's like limited and there's no more coming out. If it wasn't a really limited one, I'd wait. But it's good to see them come stateside if they do. I do kind of like question it a bit though, because the guy that owns the rights to those films is very stringent about the movies and wanted a lot for them. He's been pretty tight on the rights reins for those films. So if Vinegar Syndrome has managed to get the rights to Andy Warhol's Dracula and Andy Warhol's Frankenstein, that's a fantastic coup for them, by the way, because a lot of people haven't been able to do it. Two, it's also really going to depend on exactly how he's going to give those rights. Because I know that when like Arrow, like for instance, Arrow did like 3 Woody Allen box sets, right? Well, unless you go to JB Hi-Fi, Kathy, and you go and you buy those releases that came out from I think from Cult Cinema or Cult Classic, something like that. Then you get them for fairly cheap. And anyway, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah, the Arrow put out releases of of the Woody Allen films, but Woody Allen doesn't like commentaries or features on any of his films, so it was a pretty bare bones, like, they were literally bare bones discs with like books put in there to take the place of special features. I know there's not going to be a book with the Andy Warhol one, so it'll be interesting to see how it goes. I would be, it's just me. I would be slightly. I'm not going to lie. I know a lot of people love it, but a lot of them are. Oh yeah, Christian. I will make sure to get in some mainstream stuff as well, including some older stuff too. I'll be doing at least a couple Hammer films one day on here. So that'll be kind of an interesting one as well. And some of these films, don't worry, where if you got like services, you may be able to find some of them there too. Hampton Books is expensive for me, unfortunately. But I'll have a mixture of movies that you can get. Like, for instance, when I picked up Murder Rock, this was like a $20 Blu-ray, which I think is actually a pretty good price there. Not yet. I will be looking at the American Horror Project Volume 2 very soon, actually. And maybe in the lead-in to the 31 Days of Horror rather than the actual 31 Days of Horror, because I usually do a lead-in before I do the 31 days. I start back to work on the 23rd, so that'll be interesting time for me then as I work out things. Though my latest work hours is 8 p.m., so it's gonna be good. Oh, we'll get some Universal stuff in there. Well, I'm gonna try to get kind of get a good mixture in there. Isn't Uninvited? Is that an earlier Criterion? I really hope so. I mean, I really pushed for the American Horror Project Volume 1 when it came out. It sold slowly. I pushed even harder for Volume 2, and Volume 1 sold out when Volume 2 was mentioned. Thank you, Christian. I really appreciate that. So I'll be hoping that American Horror Project Volume 2 sells out so that we can get a third volume. It really deserves it. The American Horror Project is one of the best things that Arrow has done, in my opinion, and they've really kind of rescued regional horror. Excellent. Oh, so what did I get? Oh, yes, right. Are you coming in late, Corey? Today, I picked up Scorpion Releases edition of The Psychic. I picked up Murder Rock, which I'm really excited to talk about because apparently almost nobody here has seen it. And I picked up to go with my Trilogy of Terror 2 that I'm going to be getting, Dan Curtis' Master of Dark Shadows documentary, and I'm very excited to watch this. We will be talking about this, Dan Curtis a bit during 31 Days of Horror. We're going to have kind of a Dan Curtis day, and I really wanted to kind of deep dive into that. So, intrigued by that as well. There's a sale? Somebody mentioned this. I'm participating in the Vinegar Syndrome sale. Vinegar Syndrome sale, I'm hoping to. Now, if for those that aren't kind of aware, Vinegar Syndrome sale is Black Friday. Oh, there we go, Jesse. Vinegar Syndrome and Severin will have kind of competing sales around that time period. You'll see a Severin sale and you'll see a Vinegar Syndrome sale come up. The Vinegar Syndrome sale is the biggest sale of the year. It's their Black Friday sale. They will have special releases that only come out on that day, as well. I think last year Severin did as well. And the year, I remember one year Severin won over Vinegar Syndrome because they put out Jack the Ripper, which was an excellent release. I don't know if you guys got that release or not, but the Severin edition of Jack the Ripper was extremely well done. Usually the same as their halfway to Black Friday sale. So they usually give it around the same kind of same time frame. not sure if it's like a weekend or or a few days, but I didn't go with the last Severance sale. They did have a halfway to Black Friday sale around about a week after. I think that that Vinegar Syndrome did their sale, and I think Vi was the big release, the Russian one. Well, it was Russian, German, Russian film, I think, and they had the slipcover for Beyond the Darkness. Though I didn't check like on the prices or anything like that because I'd already spent a lot of money on the Vinegar Syndrome sale, so I didn't participate. Now this time around, I've got a lot of Vinegar Syndrome titles. I picked up 29 titles during the last Vinegar Syndrome sale, and I got a lot of their early year stuff. Depending on what's going to be in that sale, and how much the prices are going to be this time, they're going to be going on almost at the same time. I will be looking at Vinegar Syndrome. I'll be looking at Severin, and I'll be probably getting, if I get something from them, a smaller order than a 24 films, but I will be grabbing some. I'll be definitely grabbing something from one, if not both of them. But that was my biggest buy, definitely in a while, was the 29 Vinegar Syndrome titles. Actually, I did talk about American Horror Project Volume 1 already. I'll talk about it again after when we do Volume 2. But I did give a review for American Horror Project Volume 1. You must have missed that video. Because I talked about it pretty enthusiastically. Oh, congratulations, Blue Corner. Actually, the Severance sale that I was involved in, Jesse, I'm not sure, it wasn't that one, but it was at a 50% off. They definitely weren't $17.99. Yeah, because Severin put on some really, really good prices. Blue Underground versus Synapse. Normally I would go with Synapse, but Blue Underground has been killing it lately, and I haven't seen a lot of Synapse coming out. So that's going to be that's kind of a hard one. Both of them, I think, do good work. Both of them, I think, have lapsed a bit recently, but Blue Underground has come back with their lenticular covers and their special editions and the re-releases of other films. So at this point, until Synapse comes up with something else again, that's really going to wow me, I'll go with Blue Underground. It's the most unique package out there. Blue Underground has managed to do their own thing and not be kind of copying off what other companies are done. So it's kind of running with their own. Tansy Popstar agrees, but oh, you Hills of Eyes too. It's dispatched. Nice. They actually normally do that. They always go a few months back, which is good if you haven't bought those releases. For me, I'd be looking for the older stuff, so 6 month thing wouldn't matter. Now, same with Vinegar Syndrome, they do go a couple months back as well. Usually around 3 months, and then they'll put things at 50% off. So it really depends, honestly. on the movie that I want. So whichever one has the best like secret title, whether if Vinegar Syndrome or if Severin has the best secret title. As you guys know, my name is Mr. Vincent. I do love Vinegar Syndrome stuff, and I get a lot of their titles. The Suspiria set from Synapse was the last really nice set that I've seen come out from them. Synapse just announced 2 new titles. Let me just check that out. Go to my Twitter there and see if I can find it. All right, let's get away from the political stuff. God, they're not exactly Twitter people, are they? Let's go to Facebook then, because it's, I'm going to guess, on there. I'll go to Down to the Disc. They'll have it. Down to the Disc is awesome. That is a unique cover for Silver Bullet. I'm not sure how I feel about that. They just announced, by the way, the cover for Silver Bullet. Let's see if I can show you guys. It's hard to show it on my phone. Not exactly the greatest, to be honest with you. So this is a cover for Scream Factory's Silver Bullet. As always, if there'll be like reversible artwork, which thank God, because that's not too sexy looking. I'm also not a big fan of this artwork for Murders in the Rue Morgue. Who am I on Twitter? I will let you know in advance that I do post a bit of political stuff on Twitter, and if that's not your bag, then I suggest probably not following me there. To be completely honest with you, I just like to put that out anyway. And if you're not interested in political stuff, just ignore those tweets. Anyway, my name is at Mr. with a capital M Vincent, V-I-N, capital V S-Y-N, Mr. Vincent. And John Bolton is gone. Thank God for small miracles. Do you really? Well, hopefully there's a line. Like, it doesn't matter if they do or not. It's all. This here is all about the movies, right? I don't see those Severin releases. I can't find the announcement. You said there's 2 like Asian horror films. The Undertaker. I don't know. I don't think I know it. I do not think I know that film, to be totally honest with you. When did they announce that, by the way? Like, all I can see here is like, oh, there we go. That's a ways back. Snaps Films presents Undertaker. Is that an older film or is that a newer one? It's a shorter film anyway, 65 minutes long. It's a virus turning people into zombies film. Not one that I'm going to be buying like outright. I'm kind of done on those type of films. Watchmen. Well, Watchmen When It Kills is an Italian film, otherwise known as The Cat's Victim. I actually talked about it here last night. So it's Antonio Bito. Oh, I'm Canadians. There's no issue. I have no issues with marijuana. uh, virus, you damn viruses. I love Strip Nude for Your Killer. It is a weird, unique. I'm a huge fan of like almost anything. Watch me kill. Done by Andrea Bianchi. Andrea Bianchi's films are so unique and so weird that you're never quite sure if these films are legit 100% serious and just batshit crazy, or if they're almost parodying the genres in the films of that ilk. Oh, it's a very different one. I love The Indicator. Sorry, I love the Vinegar Syndrome edition of The Undertaker. That is a Joe Spinell film. But Watch Me When I Kill is... Well, hold on, I'll grab it for you. If this is the same film and not a film, then the regular... Gotta make sure there's no nudity here, because I don't think there really is for this film. Not serious nudity. The regular cover for Watch Me When I Kill is this right here, and it looks very salacious. The film itself isn't in the least bit salacious. It actually has a really good story and a neat, kind of cool killer. It's one of the ones I recommended last night in my Giallo list, though I didn't bring it over here to show you guys. Shameless originally put it out. Shameless obviously put out a lot of Giallos. The alternate artwork and cover is this right here, The Cat's Victims. It is an excellent film. Now, understand, as sleazy and salacious as that cover is, the actual film itself isn't that at all. It is a Giallo that's heavy on the murder mystery aspect of it. Like as far as like when it comes to like nudity and stuff like that, like Anthony Beto was never exactly the one I talked last night was never into that. He never paid. He never got like heavy into the sleaze aspect of it. He did get heavy into the plotting story aspect of the films, and that's what this one is. The setup for the film, and I won't go too far into it, basically is that there is this girl named Mara, and she's seeing this guy that kind of looks a lot like Charles Bronson, in my opinion, actually. When I watched the film, he looked like Charles Bronson. She goes to the chemist, like a pharmacy, and it's kind of after hours. But she kind of runs her open that it's still open. What she's becomes quickly aware of is that somebody's being murdered on the other side of that door, or has just been murdered. And she's just, the killer's on the other side of that door. Luckily, she gets away from that. But, like in many of these films, she's kind of been privy to, witness to a murder, or she's seen something that'll click later on. It's a really good film, and it's extremely well done. The reasoning behind the killer is solid. I like that aspect of it as well. And if you've never seen it, it's definitely one to check out. I do recommend it. The score on this is incredible. Yeah. This was put out uncut by Shameless. So if you don't have the bones, you can't afford to pick up the new Snaps edition right away, then The Cat's Victims is out by Shameless right now. And it usually runs fairly cheap. I'll actually let you know how much that runs in the... Oh, yeah, definitely. Men from Hong Kong, 100%. It's a really cool exploitation, kung fu release that comes with 5 extra films that I do recommend from Umbrella. I did. Actually, it's a favorite of mine. I consider it a Giallo, but I consider it a Giallo slasher hybrid, much in the way that Curtains is. So it's kind of a combination of both. But it is on in my list of top Giallos of all time. Martino I love. I'm a huge fan of Martino. like I put Martino like almost on the same playing field as I put Argento. I'm that big of a fan of Sergio Martino. It was full of shit. What I'll do soon is like I did a video a while back showing all my Shameless releases. If you guys want me to, I can do another one like talking about Shameless stuff. Hey Thomas, but hopefully you like the Giallo video. I tried to do a decent job of that. The Killer Must Kill Again. I have. I don't own it. I don't think. And it's been a while. It was put by Mondo. Yeah, Mondo Macabre. I only have a couple Umbrella releases at this point. I have Body Double, and I have because Body Double's put it with them initially. Hey Vinny, dude, I haven't seen you around lately. I hope everything's okay, man. It's like you disappeared on us. And I picked up Fair Game, which is a really, really good release. If you haven't picked that up, that's an excellent film as well. You missed the Giallo. That Giallo one will be right up your alley, man. We did Giallo one last night. Working more. Well, I'm getting there, man. I start back to work on the 23rd, and first week it's like, you know, training for a new account. Second week is like just doing some other stuff, and then like third weekend I'm getting right deep into it. But I've gotten hours now. My hours used to go to 1 a.m. And I'd start later in the day. But my new hours starts earlier in the day, and my cutoff time that I can be working is 8 p.m. So I'm actually really excited about that. If anybody has any ideas for Umbrella releases that they think are really good, like let people know. Strange Vice of Mrs. Ward is coming up by Severed next month. See, I got this Shameless release of that one. If they got some like neat new stuff on there, I'd definitely pick it up. If you guys haven't picked up The Strange Vice of Mrs. Ward, I talked about it last night. It is a great Giallo, probably one of the best out there. It stars George Hilton and Edwidge Finch. And I'm choking here. And if you've never seen it, you're in for a treat. It's a really well done one. And the twists keep going right till the end of the film, which I like about that. Okay, guys. At this point, I'm kind of choking. Yeah, Night Living Dead from Umbrella, the 90 version, is the best version of it out there. They put out a couple editions of like some other films as well. Umbrella Plus has a lot of great features on there though. And the artwork for Road Games actually is definitely like is the original artwork, so it's the artwork that I know. And their artwork for Silver Bullet's got to be better than the artwork that Scream Factory just announced. No, not the Cindy Crawford movie. Hold on, I'll get it for you. I'm going to reorganize my films, I think. Not tonight, but... Oh, so this is Fair Games, exploitation film. If you... if you've never seen it, it's a really cool one. There's a lot of features on here. Umbrella's really good when it comes to features. They're one of those companies that I think are really underrated, that don't get enough credit. And as I get more Umbrella releases, I'll be doing more videos that'll spotlight the company. If Umbrella wants to send me some releases, I definitely appreciate that. Watch anything with Edge Finish? You are a quality person. Orca the Killer Whale. That actually, you got a Walmart? Are you serious? I got to check Walmart. You can check out a car hood. That is fair game, actually. It would again be homaged by Quentin Tarantino in Grindhouse when he did Death Proof. But this is a really cool one. Some people would call this along the rape revenge, but not really. I mean, like they basically because it's not like they terrorize her basically. They just go around like kind of like really messing with her house. It is a really good film. It's a really good kind of action revenge film. If you've never seen it, super excellent film. They put it out for people that don't like these here. You know, there's all this stuff on there. You can switch it around, and you can have the the artwork without the stuff on there. So many steps are left. I got a Fitbit watch. My better half has the fancy Apple Watch. But I definitely recommend this one. It's a really good film. 100% recommend that one. Vinny, do you have fair game? If you don't, you should get it. Best original Blob release. Well, I know that that Umbrella did do a release of the Blob sequel, right? The Blob sequel, Return the Blob, and did they do the original? I think they did the original Blob. They did both of them actually. So I think they've got all the Blobs in a set. So let's just go and check. I'm pretty sure they do. Let's look for the search button. I know that like Criterion did a good addition to that one. The 3 discs. Thanks, Jesse. Oh yeah, they do. They got the Blob, Son the Blob. There's also I don't see the 3-disc one there anymore, but you can still buy the Blob and Son the Blob as a 2-disc set, and you can also buy the 1988 version of the Blob, which is an amazing film, and for me is definitely almost as good, if not as good, as the original itself. But with all that being said, this video lasted 63 minutes long, which I will be completely honest with you is 40 minutes longer than I planned this video to be, because this was just going to be an unboxing. Enjoy your trip to see it, Chapter 2. Let us know in the next video what you think of it. No spoilers, I haven't seen it yet. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me for a relatively shorter video than I normally do, but still 63 minutes. Not a short video for a lot of people that are kind of diving into this channel for the... I actually do love Beware the Blob. It's such a cheesy movie, and it deals a lot with improvisational acting, which is, as an acting geek, it's having friends. I have friends on here. In real life, it's not... No, I have no friends around my area, so it's like I know a couple of people, but no friends in my area. It's sad. Thank you for watching, guys. My name is Aaron. This is my Blu-ray library, my movie library, my Blu-ray library. And you gotta love that intro, man. Yeah, my throat is. You notice that again? You guys are the movie club. You guys rock. You guys are awesome. Have a great evening there. Enjoy the rest of your day. Check out some Giallo. Check out some fair game. And if you get a chance, make sure you check out at least one of these 3 films. Thanks for watching, and have a great evening. For me right now, I gotta walk up to Walmart because I'm curious. Orca the Killer Whale, that was kind of made in my area. I'll see you soon. It is time for tea.